NFL, though, and it's the Michael Vick.
Absolutely, that's where I was going to go next. Michael Vick gets indicted. A July 26th court date is set to figure out exactly what else is going to happen with him.
Thursday.
As far as I'm concerned, this guy never plays again in the NFL and is lucky to walk the streets.
See, I think it's a little too early to completely say what is going to happen here because this is all alleged stuff, and until things become proven, then you can't really make a case either way. But I'm just going to go ahead and say that someone doesn't get indicted unless the feds are pretty sure they're going to convict them. So just be ready that this is probably going to happen, and it's pretty awful, some of the things that I've heard that he did. And I'm totally for PETA. Animals' rights is a good thing, but it's not good. And will he go to jail? Probably not. Will he play again? We'll have to see. I don't know.
think you're mistaken.
He might, though. He might.
This guy is going to jail. If he is convicted
leader,
of what happened,
he
he
very
will go.
well could. I like the same kind of thing. It's not exactly the same, but there was the thing that happened with Kobe before, and Kobe lost a lot of sponsors.
Yep.
He still plays. He's not as big as a superstar as he was before. He would have been mega if that
Well, he's
hadn't
coming
happened.
back.
He is coming back. He did lose a lot of sponsors, though. Vic's probably going to lose pretty much all his sponsors. The only one that hasn't said that they're not going to get rid of him yet is Nike, for the most part. They're the only ones that haven't really said we're not getting rid of him yet.
I'd be okay if Nike was my only sponsor, for the record.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad, but I
think
just,
we can make a living on that.
It's pretty awful. I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know. Tank Jones was kicked out of the league because too many DWIs, which he has 2 now, so he's done. Adam Pac-Man Jones was never actually Tank Johnson. That's right, of the Bears. And then Adam Pac-Man Jones was kicked out of the league, and he, at the time he was kicked out of the league, had never been charged with a crime. Michael Vick's going to go to court, and with all the charges that are being brought against him, I'll be very surprised if he's not charged with something, and kick him out of the league at least this year, at least a year, if not more.
Even if he doesn't end up going to jail, there's a whole separate thing here from the NFL. Now, they want to crack down on repeat offenders, and Vic's never done anything, so he has that going in his favor.
Kind of.
But at this point, I really don't even care what's in his favor. If he's been a part of this in any way, shape, or form, he shouldn't play ever again. He's not the kind of guy you want your kids throwing a jersey on or playing in a video game, watching on TV and enjoying. It'd be hard to enjoy a guy who's done something like that.
It really sucks because I did enjoy Michael Vick's efforts when he went out there. He was the most exciting player in the league, and it's terrible that this has all come out and that he was a part of this. It's not good. And in every bad situation, there's a bright spot, and Joey Harrington, you're the bright spot because you might play starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons.
It's crazy.
Joey Harrington, you better get ready.
Good way to know that, by the way.
No problem.
It's big.
No problem.
Because they don't have...
I don't know anything, though, but
Matt
another time.
Every once in a while he sneaks one in.
Another time, another day.
Did you guys watch the ESPYs at all with LeBron as host?
No.
I caught parts of it. I thought he did a pretty good job as host. There's one thing that's pretty unique about LeBron is that he's very charismatic. He really gets into things. I thought his Bobby Brown skit was pretty funny. And I think that he's definitely a marketable dude, and I enjoy him. I know
he is.
I don't really want him to win a championship for a couple of years yet, but
just
he's a good
really
dude.
want to watch an awards show. I kind of disagree with.
And it's weird that they have
too. Anyway, so
they were calling it all night. They were saying the end of the sports year, the end of the sports year. Like this is the end of the sports year, and I find it odd that I've made the argument many times that the summer is very boring for sports, and yet this is the time when they're breaking. They're taking their summer break from the real sports, and that's when they have their award show. So it sort of tells everybody, hey, this is what's going on. I mean, there were no baseball players at the ESPYs because
they're playing baseball.
They're playing baseball right now. And there was a couple NASCAR guys there because it was in the middle of the week, but Jimmy Johnson doesn't really count, and he shouldn't have been on the stage.
Did Boise State win their
Boise
category?
State won 2. They won 2 awards.
That's good.
The Indianapolis Colts also picked up a few. But yeah, Boise State did big things with their beautiful plays of Liberty. Yeah, so it was good to see Zabransky back up there doing things. They're unique to me.
He's on the cover of a video game.
I got a beef, and then I see you guys got stuff written down. We'll move to your stuff, but I got a beef. I know I said it last year. I'm going to say it again. I know ESPN isn't watching, but for anyone who watches the World Series of Poker on television, I enjoy watching it. I go to ESPN.com today looking for my regular sports news. I got a picture of the guy who won it. I'm not going to tell you in case you haven't seen it. Don't bother going there today because then you'll know. It totally ruins the next month and a half of their programming by telling me who the winner is. I know they did it, that they tape it and they bring it back. I don't need to know who won that right now. It's not important. So why don't you let me watch your show? And now I'm not going to watch because I don't care because I know who won. and it's disinteresting.
Why don't they
ruin your own programming by telling me who wins?
Well, instead of ruining the programming and the broadcast or whatever, why don't they broadcast as it's happening?
You can buy the final table. You could buy the final table on Tuesday on a special pay-per-view and watch it. But because they don't cut out all the hands that they fold and stuff, you could have been watching that for 4 or 5 hours straight. You don't know when it's going to end. It would have taken forever.
True.
So I did think about that. But then I thought, well, I'll just try to stay away from it all. But you can't. They throw it in your face. It's on SportsCenter. It's everywhere. And it's all of a sudden it's like, first of all, poker's not really a sport. So keep it off your network.
Right.
All right? But if you're going to cover it, don't tell me who wins. Because guess what? That's sort of the best part about watching like a competition is finding out who wins. It's not like it's really exciting to see a guy fold or to see a guy go all in. It's not, the degree all in check mark is not really that exciting a moment.
No,
right.
I mean, so I don't know. I think that is really a silly thing and needs to be stopped. People need to speak up against it and stop that and the Who's Now bracket, and then I'll be cool with ESPN again.